Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put a piece of tape starting about here, all the way down the leg, well past the knee, almost to about the middle of the boot. Okay, so the first measurement we're gonna take, where's my, I'm gonna take my tape measure here. We're always using the inch side.
Okay.
So you're gonna take the string here, get it up all the way up the leg, as high as we can go. Then we're gonna take this first measurement. We don't want this a snug measurement. We want it somewhat loose, but we don't want it extremely loose either. So I always put a couple fingers behind the tape measure to take our measurement. So our first measurement is 23 inches. Now I'm going to remember where that measurement was, and I'm going to take a pen or a Sharpie, and I'm going to make a line. So that's my first measurement. That is my upper thigh measurement. This line is where we're going to base every measurement from now on. So the next measurement we're going to take is at our knee. So we have our knee right here. Do the same thing. That'll be 17 inches.
And that's on the kneecap.
Yep. And we will mark that line. Okay, now we're gonna go in the middle of these two lines. We're gonna do the same thing.
We have 30 minutes of shopping left at our vendor show. We close at 5. We have 30 minutes left.
We're gonna take that measurement and mark it. Next up, we're gonna go down by the ankle. And we'll take that measurement, mark it, and then we'll take one more at the top of the boot.
So it matters if somebody has a taller boot or shorter
Yes.
boot. It always has to be at the top
At
of the
the top
boot.
of the boot, because that piece of leather needs to become wider there to slip over that boot. Okay, so that's all the measurements we really need for the width of our leg. Next, we're going to measure how our yoke is going to sit. So you want your yoke to sit at an angle so that it's higher in the back and narrower in the front, so we get the correct angle. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to go right here about the top of the belt loops here. We're going to go measure from there all the way to the first line we marked at the mid thigh. So that's 10.5. And this is our rise. The first one's there. Then we're going to come back here and we're going to measure from up here. Same spot, top of the, just maybe an inch past the top of the belt. And we're gonna go back to the same line again. So now we're at 11. And then this next one, we're gonna measure from the bottom of the belt loop all the way to that same line. So 7. Okay, 2 more measurements that we need to take. The first one is our outseam, which is from the same spot that we measured our first measurement of the rise. So the top of the belt loop. This is where the top of the yoke will sit on the chaps. And that's gonna go all the way down to the floor. Which is 45 inches. This measurement on a set of chaps that are gonna go in the show pen, we usually add about 2 inches to the bottom because you like to have it a little bit more of a hangover. Any working chaps, you don't want to be stepping on your fringe or your chap. So we're gonna stop that right at pretty much the top of the heel on the boot. The last measurement we need is from this belt loop here all the way down to the top of the boot. to where your pants are gonna meet the boot. Because we gotta have this angle, because you don't want your chap to be sitting here. So that is 37 on Trevor. Those are all of our measurements.